Hi, my name is Mr. D, and today I want to take a look at multiplying decimals. So we have simplified the following expression, and we're looking at 25.8 times 2.37. So for this example, when you look at this, you probably think that you would rather be multiplying something like this. You would rather do 258 times 237. Now this is not an easy thing to multiply, but it is nicer than the example we're looking at originally with the decimals. But the thing is, we have to think about how do we transform this problem into this problem. And the way to do that, notice 25.8 can be transformed to 258 if we move this decimal once to the right. So this would be one jump, and it would transform 25.8 into 258. To transform this number into 237, we would have to jump once, and we'd have to jump a second time. So this one would have two jumps, and it would transform 2.37 into 237. So altogether, just keep this number in the back of your head that we're going to have to pay back 3 jumps. We jumped 3 times to the right, so when we're done, we're going to have to jump 3 times to the left. So considering that, now we could go forward and solve this problem. We're starting from the ones column. We always work from right to left. And we're doing 7 times 8 is 56, so we write our 6, and we carry a 5. And now we're doing 7 times 5 is 35. 35 plus the extra 5 is 40. So we write our 0 and we carry a 4. Now we have 7 times 2 is 14. 14 plus 4 is 18. So since we're done using the 7, we multiplied it all the way across. We could cross out the numbers that we carried over. That way we keep track of everything and we don't add the same numbers twice. So we move over to the tens column, but before we do anything, put a 0 in the ones place, because since we're working from the tens, we have to start at the tens. So now we do 3 times 8 is 24. So we write a 4, we carry our 2, and we have 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17, and now we could carry a 1 over to the hundreds place. And then finally we close out this using the 3. We have 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus the extra 1 is 7. But remember, once again, cross out the numbers that you carried over because you don't want to add them by accident a second time. So now we're moving over to the hundreds place, so we're going to write 2 zeros. So remember, each time you go down another row, you're going to put another 0 on. So since we're working from the hundreds, we're going to start in the hundreds place. So we've got 2 times 8 is 16, so we write our 6, and we carry a 1. And now we have 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. So we write our 1 and we carry another 1 up here. And now we have 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So now that we have everything closed out completely, we could add up all of these numbers. So notice we have 6 plus 0 plus 0. This is equal to 6. Then we have 0 plus 4 plus 0, which is equal to 4. We move over to this hundreds column here. We have 8 plus 7 is 15. 15 plus 6 is 21. So we write our 1, but now we have to carry a 2. So now we're adding. We have 2 plus 1 is 3. Plus 7 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. So we have a 1, and we carry our 1 from the 11. And then for the last column here, we have 1 plus 5 is 6. So we have this number 61,146. But remember, we jumped 3 times. We jumped 3 times to the right, so now we're going to put the decimal all the way on the end, and we're going to jump 3 times to the left. So our decimal is going to go right here, 61.146. So if we write this out as a final answer, we're going to write out the original problem. 25.8 times 2.37 is going to be equal to 61.146. Another thing too, because in math there's a lot of rules that you kind of have to remember, but the thing is, you want to be able to be creative and remember how to do something if you forget the rules. Notice that 25.8 is close to 26, and 2.37, if we round to the nearest whole number, is close to 2. And if you multiply 26 times 2, you would get 52. So you know that when you move the decimal, your answer has to be closer to 52. So that means, like, if you only moved it twice and you had 611.46, you know that's way off as opposed to 61.146. That's way closer to 52. So use your estimation skills as well. Okay, well this is going to conclude this video on multiplying decimals. Thank you all for watching, and I hope that this was helpful.